pair. Coming up out of Piedmont, South Carolina, Tommy Sloan. He'll be on the back tools lane. One of the very few racers to ever experiment with a turbocharger on a V-twin Harley running on nitro here. He'll be on the back tool side for that Tommy Sloan Racing Team bike backed by CP Piss against the national champion Mike Romine out of Sturgis, Michigan on the O'Reilly Auto Parts lane. Racing along with wife and crew chief Patty Romine. They ran 224.77 miles an hour yesterday, the first leg of a new national speed record along with a 646 ET. See what Romine can do here on the O'Reilly lane with that Harley-Davidson of Salt Lake City, Chromatic, Ross Pistons, and United Specialties back bike featuring a Romine Racing V-twin. This one's all Mike Romine. Can he go 224 again? Nope, not this time. 659, though. That's a Dynamite ET on the win down the O'Reilly Auto Parts lane for Mike Romine. And it's the ET that wins races, not speed. 209.07 miles an hour. As Mike and Patty Romine will come back to play in round number 2. Tommy Sloan having some problems with his bike on the left-hand lane. Going against Hatfield, Pennsylvania-based mechanic Tracy Kyle. National number 5 plate holder on the O'Reilly Auto Parts side with that electric green Bad Apple racing machine. Sam White, who started his drag racing career on board a nitro-burning Harley, believe it or not, a guy who never raced anything else. Certainly not often you see somebody that can just jump right on a nitro bike and get the job done, but Sam White has, and he's been running one of these machines now for about the last 5 years or so. He'll go on the back tools. Timers racing out of South Carolina with an Overkill V-twin, 150 cubic inches, number 10 qualifier. Up against Tracy Kyle, who qualified 7th yesterday. That beautiful candy green machine for Bad Apple Racing. And White battling for control on that Hooters bike, and Tracy Kyle says, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. 660, 210, the Bad Apple Racing bike out of Pennsylvania is in the next round. National number 2 plate holder Doug Vansel on the back tools lane comes out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, racing along with his wife and crew chief Julie Vansel. The Vansel Hines Drag Specialties bike qualified 3rd yesterday with a great 659 blast at 205. They hit the lane choice and pick the back tools lane here for round 1. They'll face off with another husband and wife team, Jake and Teresa Silcox out of Bristol, Tennessee, with perhaps the nicest paint job you'll ever see on a top fuel motorcycle running here on the O'Reilly Auto Parts lane. Take a look at this bike back in the pit area. Just a dynamite looking machine racing right here out of Bristol, Tennessee. All shot advantage, Jake Silcox. Can the Bristol racer beat Doug Vansel? Not going to happen. Vansel duplicates his qualifying time within a thousandth of a second, 6.598 seconds. From Emporia, Kansas, here's Julian Seaman. He'll be on the back tools lane, campaigning for Mid-Continent Motorsports. Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. Veteran nitro racer Dean Communal, as he'll line up on the O'Reilly lane with an Overkill V-twin on board, with his bike backed by Pat and Red's Tire Service, Kendall Motor Oil, Heads Up Industries, and PWD Distributing. And Dean Communal's right up on the center line. Julian Seaman takes the victory here of 7:30, speed 179 for the Emporia, Kansas-based motorcycle shop operator on the winning Mac Tools Timers. This is Jim's Pro Fuel, brought to you by Jim's USA. Now, Jay Turner wants a knockout arm and fur here in round 1. Turner on the O'Reilly Auto Parts side, racing the bike on by his dad, Jim Turner, a longtime drag strip promoter out of North Carolina. AB&H Excavating, along with Mancuso, Harley-Davidson, and JT Enterprise. Armin Furr out of Orangeburg, South Carolina on the Mac Tools side. Second generation Nitro Harley racer with his bike tuned by Bobby Buckley and his dad, Bill Furr. smoke off the rear tire for Jay Turner. He could be in trouble. Can Armin Fur beat him at the top end? Nope, not today. Smoke off the rear tire and all. Jay Turner still goes 690 at 201. He is strong. Jim's Pro Fuel first round action. It'll be Steve Simmons and crew chief Lee Maxey racing out of Greensboro, North Carolina. On the back tool side of the track for Pegram West Incorporated, D&D Asphalt Paving and MTA. They'll take on John Breckenridge, who came all the way from Sultan, Washington. That's right, folks. That's up by Canada, near the Pacific Ocean. Guy that certainly travels around the country an awful lot to run AHDRA events. Breckenridge, a union iron worker, racing with crew chief Dean Johnson with his bike backed by Bardall Oil. Barnett, NGK, and the union iron worker thundering down the racetrack side by side, a couple of 750 horsepower motorcycles, and check that out, Steve Simmons with his best run of the weekend. How about a 698 speed of 180? Clicking the pipes, more nitro burners, ready to attack the track here in Jim's Pro Fuel. 22-year-old Jake Storter goes on the back tools lane out of Mason, Ohio. A Harley-Davidson technician. It'll be building contractor Jim Fagan with that beautifully prepared bike built by Romine Racing on the O'Reilly Auto Parts side of the track. Jack Romine, the crew chief on this machine. Jake Storter qualified 7th yesterday. The Ohio-based Aces and Eights Harley-Davidson bike. Well, Jim Fagan and the Romine Racing folks qualified number 2 with a 697 ET yesterday with the bike on the O'Reilly lane. More racing in round 1 of Jim's Pro Fuel. $188 for Jake Storter gets the upset win. The number 7 qualifier on the Mac Tool side for Aces and Eights Harley-Davidson. Chris Streeter, multi-time national champion at Jim's Pro Fuel, won the number 1 plate last year. He'll be on the Mac Tools side. And it'll be Ray Phipps, the Harley dealer, racing out of his own Aces and Eights Harley-Davidson in the Cincinnati, Ohio area. More ground-pounding action with the nitro bikes today.